Oh, hi everyone. I actually don't need glasses. I need a massive flipping magnifying lens to read the names of these lipsticks, to tell you. I'll do my best, but I've given up. These are quite new, these glasses, but I think I obviously need simply a magnifying lens. Hello, how are you? I look a bit better, actually, at the moment. Normally I look quite ropey. I've gone back to my James Reed gradual tan drops, just a little bit every day, just into my moisturiser. Just kind of takes the edge off, and now the sun's come out. Woohoo, it's a celebration. Or is it a moment where I go and shut the blinds? Anyway, I'll talk to you about what we're doing today. So on my Instagram, I took a lovely little film of a lovely girl I work with called Pixie Lott. She's a singer-songwriter, and she is also one of the hosts in The Voice, and everyone seemed to love her makeup. So I thought I'd do more of a professional look rather than a look that I would necessarily sort of do on myself, which I've sort of worried that I do sort of chuck on for you guys in a kind of haphazardy, not a necessarily perfected makeup artist way. Anyway, I'm probably overthinking it. Zoe says I am. Anyway, this is really annoying. Let me just see the sunshine. Hold on. Sunshine is never annoying, only when you're filming and it's going down the lens and you can't see what you're doing. Anyway, so I'm going to start with my base. I've got a little bit of eyebrows on and mascara already, just because I had a couple of meetings this morning. I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin. I mean, seems to me like everybody on YouTube has talked about this foundation, and it is lovely. What I did do on my Instagram, if you don't follow me, is I did a comparison between this product and the IT Cosmetics Illuminate, which has been a long time favourite of mine. It's a great product, just to show you the difference. And the difference is that that product is slightly heavier. They sort of have the same amount of gloss, but this one is definitely sheerer, more translucent, but it still perfects the skin. It's a really, really lovely foundation, and it feels super hydrating on the skin, and it lasts pretty well. I wouldn't say it's long lasting because it's not long lasting, but what it does do is it really enhances the skin, its quality, gives a lovely shaft of light through the complexion, but it only sort of minimises pigmentation and blemishes, you know, sort of, I'd say 50%. But it feels really nice, and it definitely does have that kind of modern skin-like finish to it. There's no doubt about it. But you'd still probably need to go in and cover up things if, like me, you had sort of redness or veins or little things that you wanted to get rid of, basically, in your skin. Or conceal, not get rid of. Conceal, well, would it be nice if you could just get rid of them, wouldn't it, with a bit of makeup? But no, that's not reality. So I'm using shade Warm. I could probably, only because I've got a little bit of warmth, I could probably go a little bit darker actually. So it's number 4, Warm. And do you know what, brushes I get putting on foundation, especially sort of working on others. It's not very nice if someone's fingers, not necessarily all over your face if you're being made up, but the whole kind of damp sponge thing, I've just never got really, because you just lose so much product. Look, I've got a full face there, and I've still got lots of left on my hand, which is just need a little Dyson sucky up foundation thing. Yeah, waste not, want not. So I'll do half a squeeze next time. Lovely. Well, do you see what I mean? It's a lovely kind of glassiness to the skin, but it's not heavy. You can still see the detail of the skin, which makes it look like beautiful skin, as she describes it. So yes, it's a thumbs up from me if that's what you're looking for. And as I said on Instagram, it's just, there are so many aspects that we want from our foundation for our skin and our skin tone and our skin type, yada, yada, yada. The list goes on. So at least there are lots of foundations for us to choose from. Anyway, I think you can get a nice look at this in beautiful daylight. Go in with the Laura Mercier underneath my eyes, ultra long concealer. This is great. This is mine, so I'm just going to use it from the doe foot there. Putting on quite a lot, as you know I love. I'll have to polish up these eyebrows in a minute. And I'm going to go just for a little bit of soft monochrome colour. And it's just kind of really lovely dimensions of purples and pinks. Just to show you that actually having a slightly different texture and colour palette on your lids can just give you a little spring in your step, even if you're wearing a sort of classic shirt like I am, which is, I just love this. It's actually just from H&M, but I just thought the colour is really, really nice. So I was thinking, well, maybe I just do Pixie's makeup. You all asked me to do it, so I will show you what I've done. So when I'm doing makeup like this, I'll show you. It's called Astrid. It's called Astrid Pearl Lilac, and it's by a company called My Beauty Brand. So can you see it's very tonal, pinks, lilacs, slight bit of gold, slight bit of pearl in it, really, really warm. So it catches the light and it becomes like lovely jewellery for your eyes. But when you're working on something like that, with that, you want to keep everything else kind of subtle. So we're going to do a little bit of lash. I thought we haven't done any eyelashes for a long time. The base and the lips quite simple, but I've got a couple of nudes to show you what I used on Pixie and what I might use on myself. So I'm going to leave my skin to settle first. I got this new pencil from Rimmel. It's called Brow This Way, and it's 005 Ash Brown, because I'm becoming paranoid that my camera is picking up my brow pencils and making them much redder than they are in real life, which is really annoying. But this is nice and it's really good value, and it lasts. So, oh dear, just throwing that around. I've just drawn on my new shirt. Great. Well, actually, it's not new. It's one of those shirts that I'm sure you all did the same, bought in lockdown, and then realised that you weren't going to get out of your tracksuit for 2 years. I thought, oh, yes, I forgot about that. I was into this kind of like satiny, going through a bit of a satiny vibe. I mean, God, if it was silk, it would just last 5 minutes for me, so I just get it covered in stuff. Let's just polish up that brow a little bit better. That's nice. Lift up these ladies, come on. That one shouldn't be too bad. So yes, if you're like me and you're blonde or you're grey, you just don't want anything that reads too red, this ashy colour is what we always want to achieve, that cool toned brow pencil. Check this one out. Good, okay, so with my skin, I'm actually going to use bronzer because I want to keep it really matte. I'm going to go for the Charlotte Tilbury one, the airbrush bronzer in 2, because I really love this, because it's matte. Now, you may remember me talking about how I love sparkly sort of sheer bronzers like the Giorgio Armani or the It Cosmetics. Got a slight iridescence for them in the winter because it picks up your skin. But just for this look, it will end up looking too glossy and fussy if I have something that's too sparkly. So just for this case in point only, I'm just going to use the matte. So nice soft brush. This is one by, oh, it's Beauty Pie. Very nice Beauty Pie. And I start under my cheekbone and then just push it into my skin. So I'm not doing a contour as such, I'm just adding that warmth, and then I start to push it through the hairline. This will give me the shape because this is all about the lash and the lovely kind of iridescent eye, which I think is quite fun. That's nice, little banging outside just started for us, woohoo! How are you all? How's your January going? Is it going slowly? I'm doing a 10-day detox, which actually is just supplements and lots of water, etc. and food. God, I could not, I literally can't not eat for like 2 hours. Or I'm trying to do the not eat thing in the morning till 11 and then take all my lovely pills just for 10 days to give me a reboot, I think. I was feeling a little sluggish. Anyone else? Just a little bit heavy, like a massive steam train. Oh, I could just bang on to you guys for hours down this lens, quite frankly, and it's wonderful because I don't get any response until Saturday morning. Right, okay, so I'm going to go in with the eyeshadow first. So I said it's by a company called My Beauty Brand, and it's called By Me, this one. Oh, this doesn't look very nice, does it? By Me, because it's from my friend Ate Jewel, who is a beauty journalist, and now, basically since Black Lives Matter, she has become a synonymous TV presenter and columnist in Marie Claire. She's fantastic. Anyway, so they did a really nice beauty bag with Ate, and this is her eyeshadow, which I love. She's obsessed with pink, but there was pink lipstick and pink blusher, and this is the eyeshadow. So basically I'm going to pull up my brow and really stretch my skin. Oh, and I'm going to plant this, the heaviest part, literally down the centre of my lid, and then feather either side just so it just literally becomes much more delicate along there. Okay, simple as. Now if my brow becomes, if my socket becomes too heavy, because obviously Pixie's only 30, this didn't happen for her, and it makes me look too hoodie, I will push that back. I'll have to get my Illamasqua Pro palette out, which has got all the nudes in. We'll see. So nice and heavy on the top part, and that's why I've used a big brush, by the way, a nice big eyeshadow brush, because I want it just to gently catch the light. We're not looking for a even coverage of shadow, because you can see it's just so delicate, really, really pretty, sort of slightly angelic. If only they knew. Right, so let's leave it at that. I'm going to get the lashes and liner on. Now, have you seen the eyeliner lash glues? They are so good and so handy for me at work. This is by Kiss. It's got a great point here, and it is basically black pigment liner and glue. So you put your liner on and you stick your lash on. So I'm going to use these new ones. These are called My Lash by Better, but Better. My Lash but Better, MLBB. They're new. I really like these because they've got a very delicate thread going through, so you won't be able to see them. But for me, these are too heavy at the edge. So with my lashes, if I ever wear lashes or I use them at work, just probably more than I put on myself. I'm lucky with my lashes. I'm happy with my lashes. And I will always chop to shape, so you can see how they really, this becomes too much. And if you have too much on the outer corner of your eye here, it just looks too sort of Daisy the Cow and theatrical. So we're going to chop the lash off and just use the interior of the lash. So we're going to make it 3/4. Now you might think that that's a waste, but I think it's hard to get really delicate lashes. So why not just trim that sort of dodgy curly bit at the end and get a nice fit. So I've got my nice scissors, and let's just take off 1 centimetre, I reckon. And because obviously they've got a little bit of glue on first, what I like to do first is to use that glue that's been used to tape it on to the packaging, and then place it sort of very gently, quite haphazardly, along my lash to see what it will look like. And that's going to be fine. Obviously it's straight, I haven't curled it round, but that gives me a good gauge to see whether it's going to work. Now let's do that one first then. So with the liner and lash glue, again, I've got to really tighten my skin, because my skin is not tight, right? So I really need to wedge that liner, and it's really delicate. You see, you don't even get a dodgy brush with this. You get a nice brush that can even go right into the inside corner of the eye, right in between the lashes, because you want to make sure that you don't have that gap. Don't hang around. And then you want to place, hold the centre of the lash, pull your lid up really tight, and then you want to place the middle bit of the lash first, okay? I'm just doing this with my fingers. That's perfect there. And then pinch the lash together. Pinch, pinch, pinch. That's really great way of really getting the lashes together. Look how lovely these look. Not too close on the inside, especially if your eyes are close together. Could probably move that just slightly over. And then pinch it down. You can get lots of different tools for doing this, which I do have in my kit, which obviously I've conveniently forgotten to use now. Or you can be a little bit more creative. You can get a lovely flat brush like Katie Jane Hughes's brush, or any flat surface, and just push that down. Now, if you're crinkly and wrinkly on your eyelids like me, you might find that as the glue dries, it starts to pinch the skin. The latex dries a little bit. Just pull it and it will loosen it. So, as I was saying, push those together. So, there you are. Just push all the corners so they get really attached to your lash. Now here, on the outer corner, can you see that I've lifted it slightly? I haven't used that lash and followed it round, because if I took the lash to follow all my eyelashes down, it goes this way and that occurs, which we don't want. So always lift the outside bit, just literally a couple of hairs long, and that is so nice, completely lightweight. That feels great, and doesn't it give nice definition to my eyes? Probably don't even need to have any more liner. I will, but I won't use it. Oops, sorry, just put the lid up my sleeve. I will, just to connect, it's nice to see the difference actually in both eyes. I will use my Rimmel Exaggerate liner just to connect this little bit here, and oh god, what a mess. So I'm going to take my Muji cotton bud just to tidy that up. It's this bit here that's a really nice part of your eye to define. See how that connects together? And then just in here, just so that it really goes all the way through. And then on the outside here, where I just left it slightly with the lash, just add a little bit there. So either side of the lash, you've just got a little bit of ink. Now I didn't use the glue, I could use the glue, but I'd rather just save the glue. I just think that looks so, so nice, and it's so easy. Now I did have a base of mascara on, remember, from my meeting. I prefer to do lashes like that. I think it just gives you a little bit of base, something to secure it onto, and then I might just use a little bit of tubing mascara. Let's use the Kevin Aquan, the volume mascara. Again, really beautiful, what I love, thin, delicate wand, just to help the lift. And I don't put the mascara on the tips of the false lash, just on the base, to really, really connect. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Because if you start to put mascara on the tips, for me, it then starts to look a little bit heavy and a little bit fake looking. So if you can get those tips to look lovely and soft like that, it makes all the difference. Super duper. I've got one little bit, and I'm being really picky here, but it's a good little tip to share with you. It looks a little bit distorted on the corner of my eye here because there's a little gap there. So I'm just going to fill that in with my liquid eyeliner. There you go. You see how much better that is. So always make sure that black line connects with that. Lovely. Okay, let's do the other side nice and quick. Cut that off. Right, I need to put a little bit of glue just on this outer bit because I didn't take the glue long enough. So those corner bits just need to be stuck down. And I can see that because I can still see the thread. It's always those corner bits that tend to lift. So just give that a second. So you can either paint the lash like I've done there, or you can just get a clean brush. Sorry, you can either paint the lash like I did, or you can just paint the liner on your, the glue on your lid, whichever you prefer. Or you can do both like I've done. So it's really, really nice. Now because I've got a little bit more of a heavier lash, I wonder whether I'm going to match this up to make that a little bit stronger just on that side. So because I've got my lash, I can afford to go heavier on my liner because I still see the tips of my eyelash. I need to be organised here and get the right liner on the right pot, otherwise I'll be really sticking my eyes together. Let's just finish off with that push of that mascara just to make all the difference. But I think I might. And then look, that little lash here, that's my own lash. Putting the mascara on my own lash there, doesn't that help to connect that in, making it just a little bit more natural? It's really lovely for a special event, because it just means that you don't have to worry about things, and it just kind of gives a lift, especially if you've got a hooded eye. But what it can do, I'm just looking for something, what it can do is make your eyes look too or look more hooded if you put too much liner on. So I'll use my Illamasqua palette. Just got it out of my bag. Absolutely love this palette. Don't buy it because I've got something special coming up soon. This is just brilliant, and I use it at work because look at all those beautiful, beautiful shades. It's kind of like my go-to. So I'm going to start with the one on the outside here, very, very softly, just to push my socket back very, very slightly. I don't really want to, actually, you know what, I'm going to go lighter first of all. I'm going to go lighter just to see, because they're really rich pigment. Yeah, that's all I needed to do. These are really beautiful. Look how delicate that is, and that goes in. So that just pushes that back for me, which gives me more of a socket, whereas otherwise, because it's nice, it's reflective, and if you haven't got deep sockets, I know some of you will have lovely deep sockets, and this will look beautiful on. God, thank God I went lighter. How dark I'd have changed the whole look. So yes, so if you are feeling a bit hoodie with this, then just chuck a fake socket in, because that's what makeup is, right? And it still looks beautiful, and it still works, and you still get that enjoyment. Got a little lash there that's poking up. I think it was just a stray. Oh, look at that, that's so nice, and just take it in slightly. You know, I love makeup that's really effective but delicate, and this is what this is. So with this look, I wouldn't match it with a pink necessarily. I would always go nude. Now, that's why I was looking at my glasses. This one is, let me just have a look, see if I can do it again. I'm going to get myself a big old microscope. Microscope would be good, wouldn't it? Oh my God. See, I've got foggy brain now as well. I'm just literally hopeless. This is called, I know someone said take a picture of it with your phone. And then, thank you for whoever said that. Take a picture of it with your phone. So, oh my God, it's one of those days. Take a picture of the name with your phone, then scroll and you can see it. Let's see, I'm sure she's right. It wants to say coat strap. This is really boring. I'll tell you what the colour is later. So you have the light one, and this is what I used on Pixie. But to me, this is, she's a bit warmer than me in her skin tone. She's got that natural warmth, whereas this almost matches my skin colour. This is the whole nudie conversation. It's always quite difficult. But can you see now, when I put this one up, which is called, I did look at these before, Runway. So this one is much more pink, and you can see that's much more nudie caramel. So I'm going to go for the pink. Perfect. Somebody said to me, do your lips feel different now, Caroline? They feel firmer. I can't feel, I did, when I first had them done, I did, and done, they're not really done. When I first had the extra hydration injected, they did feel quite firm and pumped, which freaked me out. But now they don't, they just feel firm. So they feel like mine. That is just gorgeous. I'd forgotten how nice this colour is. Now that'd be my lip, but one of my favourite ever nudie pencils, and I don't know why I haven't used this more, is Beige Mussolini, number 10, Givenchy. And I just use this over and over and over again. One of those colours that just works. In fact, I don't really need it on the bottom one. So I still have to be careful not to go too high, because I've still got those fine lines around the top, but it just looks a lot more natural around my lip. And there we go. That is the look. So we've got the lashes, we've got the iridescent eyeshadow on, which I absolutely love, and just that kind of really simple caramel skin and a nice soft lip. These Charlotte Tilbury ones are very, very soft. Great. Well, there you are. I hope you like it. Enjoy using lashes and maybe the glue liner. It's good, right? Anyway, let me know your thoughts and look forward to seeing you next week for more fun. Have a good week.